You clicked for clarity on Taylor Swift and the 2026 Grammys. Yes, this is exactly that video. We're laying out how eligibility periods work, what counts as a new release, and why timing can quietly push even the biggest albums out of contention. If you've wondered, how can someone dominate one year and sit out the next, stay with me. We'll map the calendar rules, the re-release quirks, and the fine print that separates fan hype from Grammy reality, without spoilers in the first minute, so you can follow the logic cleanly. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. So here's the head scratcher. How does the most streamed artist on earth sit out a Grammy year without drama, beef, or a giant conspiracy wall with red string? The answer is boring on paper and brutal in practice. The Grammys don't care about our calendar. They run on their own clock. If your release misses that window by a day, you can have a trillion streams and it still waits till the next cycle.
Taylor Swift won't be taking home Grammy Gold in 2026. Fans were quick to point out that Taylor Swift was noticeably left off the final list of nominees after releasing her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl, on October 3rd. During a November 7th livestream, the Recording Academy announces the full list of Grammy nominations with a little help from previous winners Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Doechii, and Lizzo, to name a few. Instead, Taylor enjoyed the night dancing along to performances, presenting the Best Country Album award to Beyoncé, and celebrating her fellow music superstars.
It's like showing up to the party with the best outfit after the door guy went home. Great look, wrong night. Let's set the rules cleanly. The Grammys judge music based on a strict eligibility window, not January to December. To qualify, an album or single has to drop between two specific dates the Recording Academy sets for that year. If it lands outside those dates, it rolls forward to the next awards. No exceptions because you're famous, trending, or saving pop culture one bridge at a time. The Academy uses this system to manage submissions and keep judging on a consistent schedule. It's mechanical, not personal. Here's where people get tripped up. Fans see "released in 2025" and think eligible for 2026.
Despite not being nominated, Taylor could still attend the 2026 ceremony as a presenter or even a performer. Swifties, the Cruel Summer singer, didn't receive any nominations simply because she didn't release music during the eligibility period, which ran from August 31st, 2024 to August 30th, 2025. Taylor attended the 2025 ceremony where her album, The Tortured Poets Department, received several nominations but didn't take home any awards. The 35-year-old has won 14 Grammys in total, which include her historic 4 Album of the Year award.
That sounds logical if you live by the calendar on your phone. But the Academy's window usually starts in the previous summer and cuts off before the year ends. So a late 2025 release isn't automatically in the 2026 race. The timeline bends around the show's schedule, not around New Year's Eve. If that feels strange, yeah, it is. But it's been the pattern. Think of it like airport rules. You can have a legit ticket, TSA pre-check, and snacks ready, but if the gate closes, the plane doesn't turn back because your playlist was on point. The Grammys work the same way. Timing, not fame, gets you on board. You miss the window, you wait for the next flight. Now, let's ground this with dates because the dates are the whole game. For the 2026 Grammys, the eligibility period ran from August 31st, 2024 to August 30th, 2025. That's the box. Anything released outside that box moves to the next cycle. The Academy tweaks the exact days some years, but the general rhythm holds: late summer start, late summer cutoff. That recurring pattern is why debates erupt online every fall when fans swear an album got snubbed, and the fine print says it just wasn't eligible yet. So if Taylor drops a project in November 2025, or decides to surprise release something in early 2026, it misses the 2026 ballot. It doesn't matter if it breaks every streaming record on a Tuesday. It would slide to the 2027 awards. People hate hearing that because it feels like momentum should count. The Grammys don't track momentum. they track the window on the spreadsheet.
We are back this morning with Pop Star Joe. What's poppin'? First up, we've got the Grammys. This year's nominations were announced yesterday. Who's leading the pack? No surprise, Kendrick Lamar with 9 noms this year. Bad Bunny, who made Grammys history. He's the first Spanish-language artist to earn nominations for Best Album, Record, and Song all in a single year. Also on the list, Lady Gaga with 7 nods for her hit album Mayhem. Sabrina Carpenter nabbed 6.
Another wrinkle is what counts as new. The Academy focuses on newly released material within the window. Reissues or deluxe editions don't magically reset the clock unless they hit a threshold of new content. So adding a couple bonus tracks to an old album inside the window won't make the whole project eligible as if it just came out. It has to meet their criteria for new material. That's where a lot of arguments start, because new to many listeners doesn't equal new to the Academy. Here's the key date that keeps popping up in fan arguments: August 30th, 2025. That's the cutoff for the 2026 show. Anything after that is out for 2026. So if a Taylor project lands on September 1st, 2025, it's already pointing at 2027. Not shade, not politics, not a secret blacklist, just a calendar line. Cross it, and you wait. So the reason she doesn't qualify for 2026 isn't a mystery. It's the cutoff date doing what it always does.
Music fans are probably feeling snubbed this morning. The country genre was totally shut out of the big 4 categories. It's worth noting 2 big stars, Morgan Wallen and Zach Bryan, chose not to submit this year. By the way, Sabrina and Taylor Swift hit the town in New York City last night for a dinner in Soho. Carpenter was, of course, a guest star in Taylor's latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, which came out too late to be nominated for this year's. Also on the list, Lady Gaga with 7 nods for her hit album Mayhem. Sabrina Carpenter nabbed 6.
If her release timing falls on the far side of August 30th, 2025, it's automatically deferred to the next cycle. Clean, simple, a little annoying, and very final for that year's ballot. Now that the clock is the villain, let's look at which recent Taylor releases get benched under these rules, and why that new versus new to you definition decides who's actually in the race. Awards follow the Academy's calendar, not fan timelines. If a release lands outside the window or doesn't meet the threshold for new material, it can't be judged in that cycle. No secret handshake, no secret feud, just the rulebook doing its thing. Before yelling snub, check the dates. Timing calls the play while hype warms the bench. Subscribe and we'll track the next window so you don't need a corkboard and string. And yes, Taylor isn't out. She's queued. The songs still hit phones, stadiums, and group chats. The trophy just shows up later, like a very fancy delivery running one cycle behind.